and researched with Isaac Darlington.
On the Unresearched podcast today, I'm very excited about the steps we're taking, the collaborations we're making, the people we are talking to. As promised, we are here. I have delivered. We're talking to a bunch of creatives, a bunch of ministers, a bunch of business people. 2025 is going to be a beautiful year. Today we have a very special guest. I know him as Easy. I know him as Isreal, but he's bigger than that. He's an entity, he's a company, and I would like to allow him to introduce himself very briefly, and then we'll delve right into some of the hot topics and the hot questions that I will be asking this lovely day. You're welcome on board.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I'm very happy to be here. As you said, I should introduce myself.
Yeah.
My name is Isreal. I'm the proprietor of Clear Shots Media. We are a creative company. We do coverage, we do photography, we do advertisements. So anything concerned about media, we do it. So me, myself, I'm Isreal. People take it hard to separate me from Clear Shots, but Clear Shots is an entity.
It's an entity, it's a company.
Yeah. So I'm a married man with children, and I'm happy to be here.
All right. Easy. Businessman, family man. Very, very, very important things. Now, there's something you mentioned which is very important. Clear Shots is an entity. It's a company of its own. Yeah. Many of us creatives, when it comes to registering and doing things legally. Yeah. Clear Shots Photography, is it registered with the URSB?
Yeah. It's a registered company. Yeah, we are registered, fully registered.
Fully registered.
Yeah.
How does that work? Like, is it expensive? What, very briefly, to a creative who is trying to start up their thing and, make it solid? How is the process, and how long did it take for you to set up and register?
Registering it's not so expensive. First of all, you will start with registering a name, which costs about 30,000, and there is you going to someone. They are like people who help you out. Yeah. But everything has been put online.
Yes,
when you want to
website.
Register, you go to the website. They give you the prices you pay in the bank. But because of
I think even these days you can even use mobile money.
Yeah, you can use mobile money to pay. Everything is there. They will charge you according what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've mentioned there's of course the part of registering, and I think this is my last one in line in regards to that. How has that helped you with landing some of these gigs? Is it better to have it registered so that you can land more gigs, or how does that?
Well,
how has it influenced your business?
Well, I've been able to work with big companies. I've been able to work with the government. When you're fully registered, the corporate world is easier to penetrate. Because when you're registered, there are organizations that would want to work with you. Yeah. And once they have worked with you, they recommend. It's hard to work with an individual. Yeah. Because money is involved. So, and when you're working with big companies, mostly the money comes in later. It gives you a ground to demand for what is yours.
It's not Kagwida.
They'll give you a check. If it bounces, you can sue. Yeah.
I think that is very important because, like I said, NGOs and GOs or government organizations, many times it's not work and pay immediately. Yeah. You will work, and then maybe it will take a month, 3 months, even 6 months. Yeah. I'm told.
Even a year.
Even a year for you to get that cash.
Yeah. And
very interesting.
Most of the creatives I know right now, some of it, they are hand to mouth. It limits growth.
In that category, hand to mouth direct. Yeah. Maybe you'll survive. Somebody will come, you'll budget rent for that place, you'll budget rent for home, maybe buying a few things, a few clothes, maybe a few gadgets, the rest.
True. That it limits development. Yeah, at least get a TIN number. Get a TIN number, and there are easier taxes.
Okay.
But good for your image. Like pay as you earn. Like it's a one-off.
Yeah.
You pay it once, like a Waka 150. You get your TIN. It's easy to work in the corporate world too. Yeah.
All right, let's get into this other very, very interesting aspect. Clear Shots is different from Easy. How do you? Okay, since we are still talking business, how do you balance the finances for business and no kati zino za business zino zange?
Well,
Putting that distinction there.
Now, before turning into Clear Shots, this was more of a hobby and survival. It came from a hobby to survival, yeah, then to business. I have an account where business money goes and personal money goes. Basically, once you start separating the two, it becomes easier for you to grow. Because me, I know the business is going to pay me this much. This is what we are going to use. So I have a personal account where I do personal work, and I have a business account in two different banks. Yeah.
Is the word he has used, business is going to pay me. You see, as a proprietor, yes, but the business pays you a certain amount.
Yeah.
Not every money that comes in is yours.
True.
All right, that's very interesting. Really, really, really fast, because usually we, like you've noticed, we do unresearched in episodes. I would hate to drag on for a very long time. But let's talk about family for a minute. Being a family man, balancing it with business, how are you able to create time? Another day we'll talk about where Clear Shots started and how it got to here. But just to whet your appetite a bit, some of these conversations will be ongoing. We don't just do one conversation with a person, we'll be doing them in episodes. But how do you balance business and family? This job you're doing is very, very heavy. Sometimes you carry work home on the laptop, you're working up to 5 a.m., then 7 a.m. you're in the field. How do you balance that?
Well, it starts with who you choose to be with. Well, in the beginning, my partner wasn't clicking well
with their work.
Yeah, because there are gigs we have and you end at midnight. The gigs we have when you can't come home, but
you sleep in the field.
You sleep in the field. 2-3 days you're not home, but I think communication is good. I tried to explain to my partner what we do.
Yes.
And she really understood me. Now that about the kids, being self-employed is good. I might not be around over the weekend, but I know I'll be seeing my kids in the morning. Since I'm not rushing to work, I'll be with my children up to around 10, 11. Then I come to work. That way they know that is around. Much as you might go back home late, but once you know that I have kids home and they are there, I create time within the week, within the day, and I'm there. And trust me, I have a good relationship with my children. They know me. They know that is there.
They don't call you uncle. Hey, mommy, uncle, I'll come here.
Yeah.
There is that. It's very interesting. As a man, I know women also do these hustles, but many times women are more close to the children than the men are, even when she's really working hard.
True.
A man will go and be in the field for a month. I'm sure when you go to do documentaries, you may find you're staying away for a week.
True.
The documentary world and all of that is very, very heavy. When it comes to family and all of that, it can strain the relationship. So the growth of Clear Shots.
Yeah.
Clear Shots, I've seen a lot of photographers around Mbale that started out here and now they have their own things. So I want us to talk a little bit about mentorship. and what that means, because many times when it comes to mentorship, people end up fighting other people. You've had someone, you've trained them, but you want them to stay there. You want to be how is it? Because I've seen you maintain a good relationship with the people that you've worked with before, even when they have brushed out and they have done different things. How is that possible? What kind of mindset have you cultivated to be able to achieve all of that?
Well, I'll start with how it all started. I started photography majorly in around 2013. Back then I was at campus. Though, much as we started out, that is like 13 years ago, 14 years ago,
Yes.
we had a gap in professional photographers and videographers. Every time you would go to an event, it was more of a one-man army. There was a gap. And the people around then were not ready to mentor others. So you would strain taking photos, capturing videos. So when I sat down, I realized there is need for mentorship. There is need to look for talented people who you can work with. Much of the work we do is creative work.
Yeah.
So my major area was to look for people who are creative, who needed mentorship. People who could, it is easier to work with a creative person than just picking from the crowd. So I saw people who did try to do something, but they needed to be shown direction. So I've worked with a number of photographers. Many have passed through my hands in this town. I won't mention, but they know they're there. I realized there was a gap. So I started taking on people so that we could put out good work out there.
Yeah.
My problem was not to sit on people and their talent.
To keep someone there where you
No,
just stagnated, you know?
That wasn't my goal was to build the industry. So when you have someone who can take a picture, even if you're not on ground, you can make a call and say, hey, are you free? Can you help me with this work? There are times you have 5 gigs on a weekend and you're all alone. So what happens when you have multiple clients and you can't handle the load? So that is where
Ngati akasenti. You know the command is needed.
The command is needed, but you need to deliver at the end of the day. You get.
You're not going to leave these 4 clients and focus on only one.
You need to deliver. So to grow, I needed to help other people to grow.
Yeah.
You get that?
That's very, very, very important.
That is where mentorship came in. I recruited people. I made sure they grow. I showed them the right direction. Naturally, dealing with creative is not easy.
I've always said that. You have taken the words from my mouth. Working with a creative person
It's not easy.
is not easy, because many creatives like doing things their own way. Their minds work differently. They see the world through different lenses.
True, it's not easy. Now, it is different because you're dealing with talent. When someone is talented, they are hard to manage. Basically, these are people you put out there and let them do their thing. It's a bit of panel beating. Now we talked of growing and not sitting on people. Basically, people have egos as they grow.
Yeah, that's true.
That is one thing we have in the industry. And naturally, as Africans, basically it could be because you mentor someone and they blow more than you. So it takes really knowledge to handle people, because I realized there are people I've mentored and they have tried to fight me. someone you saw grow, someone gyewajja mu kyalo aze omuyingiza ekibuga omugambye okola bw'oti oyita wano eno, this is the way to go, a client, this is how it's handled, this is how, because it comes from, this is how you dress up, this is how you handle client,
to charging meka,
you get
the different
from zero. Then someone blows up and starts, or a guy fala atamani, you know.
Bibao. That's unavoidable. But that is human nature.
That is human nature.
Yeah.
Humans are more asking for more than showing gratitude. It's hard. But me, I've had more than 20 people pass through my hand. And they're a big force in this town.
Indeed they are.
When I see them doing their work, taking care of their family, it is my joy. Much as they will never say thank you, me, I do good.
You have put your brick, your stone.
It's there. And the industry has grown.
Yeah, true.
The pictures we take now, it's not what we used to take then. The industry has grown. The competition is there, but there are people who believe in you. Me, I have clients who believe in me. Nga ajagamba no chibachi, I work with Israel. You get? Yeah. So me, I'm happy with what we have, and I'm here to stay.
You've said something about competition. I want to believe that there is what we call positive competition that builds, and then there is negative competition that destroys. What is your comment on that, and what is the best approach of handling? Because every business has a competition, but competition does not take one out of the market. Samsung, iPhone, different phones, Google Pixel, they are all there. They all have market shares.
So I think for you to stay in the market, you really need to be thinking out of the box. Actually, me, I think without the box.
The box doesn't exist.
Yeah, to me, the box doesn't exist. You need to know what new thing are you coming up with.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps your name out there.
Yeah.
So I do not care much about the negativity, because I've seen the negative and it has not done anything to me.
True. Yeah.
But what am I doing better that keeps me relevant?
Yeah.
The competition gives me the energy to do better for my clients. Yeah. Kids are out there thinking. We are in era of the internet. Ekikolebwa mu America omwana ali kikola Mbale. Okitegeera?
Yeah.
Edda emisono gyabanga e Kampala nga tegiri Mbale. It's going to take 3 months to reach here.
Yeah.
Nowadays, something is in Kampala,
It is also in
the guy is doing it here. So, as you, it motivates you to do better.
True.
Yeah.
Well, for now we'll take a pause on our conversation, because, like I said, we're going to be handling it in episodes. I want to give you a very clear view on how Clear Shots started, how it built to become the Clear Shots that it is now. And in our next conversation with Mr. Isreal, we'll delve into all of that. Any last comments that probably you'd like to leave a person with, the creative who is just starting? Perhaps what would be your word to that person?
For anyone who wants to be a creative, one, keep your communications line open. Do your networking and stay humble. That is one problem we have.
Communication line open,
network and stay humble.
Humility.
Yeah. You get money. Most of the creatives cut the communication line. You get. They be creative, but people can't reach you. So how are you going to do business? So I'm asking you, keep the flow of communication there. Stay humble. Do your networking. Yeah, we'll be there.
All right, thank you so much, the Unresearched Podcast. We will be back with more of these conversations. Isaac Darlington, and of course,
Israel.
is not just Israel, but Clear Shots,
Clear
the,
Shots.
the company.
Yeah.
Peace and love.
Unresearched with Isaac Darlington.